Welcome back to the Kane and Day Show. I am your host, Kane. You can find me on Twitter at Killing Kane and YouTube at Killing Kane. Can you get over to my co-host here? He'll introduce himself and we'll talk about the World Series.
Yeah, my name is Day. You can find me on Twitter at Realdaygaming1. Follow the show on Twitter.
Go away. It's been active. Maybe not this last weekend because you were out of town, but
Well,
hey, he's
no,
also got
that's not
some.
true.
He's got some insider knowledge because he was actually at the World Series.
That's true. Game 4. Man, was that a debacle.
So let's go series. Let's go game by game.
Yeah,
I guess
have
to
it-
talk
have it
about.
pulled up.
Game 1, man, the Phillies came out strong. They came out.
Well, they were down 5-0 in the second inning.
Well, they came back. They put the bats on display. Won a pivotal game 1.
Yeah, that was huge. Like I said, the key to victory
Win
going
on
into
the
the series
road.
was can you win on the road? And they took game 1. That was huge, especially with Realmuto hitting home run in
Yeah.
the 10th.
Yeah.
That was a good game.
Fantastic. Then you got game 2. Astros kind of didn't want to go down without a fight, and so they came out and basically here's how it went. In my opinion, it was like at least the first 3 games, right? First game, came out swinging, couldn't hold the lead, lost to the Phillies in extras. Second game, Astros just absolutely stomped them.
They made it somewhat of a game in the 9th, though. There was a chance. I think the tying run was on deck.
They had a lot of tying runs in a lot of places.
Well,
And then game 3,
game 3 was wild.
Philly came out and manhandled them.
I mean, they set off the earthquake seismic reader in the state of Pennsylvania
Yeah.
twice. Bryce
Wild.
Harper, first pitch curveball from Lance McCullers. I mean, he was tipping his pitches.
Yes, he was.
Um,
That was a
but yeah,
big
first
thing.
pitch, that was nuts. Like, I was at the
And-
bar at a casino in Philly, and it was just loud.
Here's what I want to say about Bryce Harper and all you old heads that think he's just a piece of shit person. Let me tell you what. This man studied Lance McCullers. Absolutely studied him. Found out what he was doing on his pitches. His curveball, his knee went a lot higher than his fastball. He caught on to that. And so he called Alec Boehm over. And I'm not saying this is what he did, but I'm pretty sure this is what he did. He was like, hey, watch his leg motion. If he only goes halfway, fastball. All the way up, off speed. Here you go. First pitch, fastball down the fucking dick. Alec Boehm sends a frozen rope out to left field. Like, Bryce Harper, that is his team. He's the captain of that team. And that is what puts him apart from everyone else.
Yeah.
This
That's
Philly
how
team is
amazing.
going to be good for years to come. Especially in this offseason where they're going to probably land Trey Turner.
No, I wouldn't go that far. But yeah.
They're one of the favorites right now. But
It was just funny to go from 7 runs on 5 home runs to game 4, where,
you get no-no'd.
second ever World Series no-hitter, third in the postseason. Like, what? How did
And then-
I just don't? It's back-to-back nights. Like, I just don't get how you can do that. Where you
Yeah.
have the crowd that was loud. Walking to the stadium, you could feel the energy of the crowd, ready to go. Especially up 2-1 in the series. I thought that was a huge game 3.
Right, and
I thought it was a turning point.
And, the crazy part about this whole series is I thought Philly was going to bounce back. They did in Game 5 and ended up giving up the lead. And that was kind of the story of their...
That game 5 was just it was a fall classic, literally, because
This whole series was insane. It's
There was
everything it
78
lived up to.
well, yeah, there was 78 plate appearances in that game. Only one was the tying run, either not on base or at the plate, and it was Castellanos at bat to lead off the 8th inning. That was the only at bat in the entire game where someone didn't have a chance to tie the game with one swing of the bat because it was 3-1, and Castellanos walked. So Boehm had a chance, statistical chance to
Right.
driving the tying run,
Yeah.
which is
And
nuts.
And you know what? This is like, I'm gonna say it. Astros cheating scandal is now done and away with. They did
that
it.
was my point.
They did it again. They did it again with not only probably a better postseason hitter and spark plug in their rookie, who didn't skip a fucking beat. Jeremy
Taxi
Pena.
Squad. He was on a taxi squad last year.
Dude, Jeremy Pena was an absolute unit in the postseason. He
Couldn't get
did.
him out.
No, you couldn't. He got cheeky hits left and right, timely home runs, just hard hit balls into the gap.
Yeah, he made it 3-1.
He basically had a platinum glove in that World Series.
Yeah,
He played out of his.
Season.
He played out of his mind. And, you know, too bad he didn't do this stuff during the regular season, because if he did, he would be the rookie of the year.
He still might.
No, I still think it goes. I still think it goes J-Rod. J-Rod had a better regular season than Jeremy Pena. Jeremy Pena just had the better postseason.
I don't, outside of not winning Rookie of the Year, like, I just don't know how you have a better rookie year where you win a Gold Glove, you
win the World Series.
You got the LCS MVP, the World Series MVP, and a ring. I don't know how you have a better rookie year.
Right. And you know, you can look that there are ways to beat this team. There is. If Pena doesn't hit, Jordan doesn't hit, Kyle Tucker or Bregman doesn't hit.
But don't get to their bullpen, because man, are they lights out.
Yeah, and you know what? You look at this whole series, Bregman had flashes of what he was doing the last time, even in the cheating scandal. You had Jordan just absolutely carrying the team on his back. Jeremy Pena was an absolute golden number 2 hitter. Kyle Tucker.
Altuve couldn't get out.
Dude.
After struggling all postseason in Philly, he could not get out.
Yeah, like, Altuve finally flipped it on, and that's probably another reason why they won. Because going up through the DS and the CS, Altuve got, like, 1 hit.
I think it was 1 for 58.
Yeah, and that's not good from your centerpiece guy.
Yeah,
like, that's your guy that's been doing it time and time again in the playoffs.
And to be fair, there's only 5 guys left from that 17 team.
Yeah,
it's mostly an all new roster. Yes, it's the same organization, but like it.
You mean
they just did it different.
You got Verlander getting his first win in a World Series. And that's coming off of a historically great regular season pitcher. Once he hits the postseason, he's not good, because it's probably due to mental stress about it, because you're the playoffs. It means something now.
Well, I think it's at the point of his career where it's like, oh, come on,
right?
One of these, I have to win one of these, and you start putting more pressure.
But the thing is, how many World Series has he been in when he was younger, with Detroit at least?
Well, the 06 was his second year in the majors, and then in 2012, San Francisco just jumped him.
Right.
I think it was like 3 home runs in the first 4 innings.
And in 2012, that's 10 years younger than he is. Yeah. Considered your pitching prime.
17 against the Dodgers, I think he got the no decision.
I believe so, but
I don't think he took the loss. I think it was just a no decision, but I could also be wrong.
Their role players played a significant role. We talked about that bottom of the lineup for Philly. They were producing, and they just couldn't. Gene Segura, who's been a base hit machine, just like, and I'm gonna give some. Or go ahead with your point real quick.
I was saying, I don't understand in Game 6. I get Framber the lefty, but why take Stott out?
Dude,
he hit higher or better against lefties than he does.
I saw a lot of weird players for the Phillies in that Game 6. I saw a lot of weird.
I understand taking Marsh out. That's fine.
Yeah.
Because he does hit way better against righties than lefties. But Stott hits 40 points higher against lefties than he does righties.
Right, and it just didn't make sense.
If he's going to be your centerpiece, like, yeah. And Mundo almost hit. If it was like 2-3 degrees lower on the bat launch angle, it was probably a home run.
Yeah, it's just, Bryce Harper kind of just couldn't do anything. Kyle Schwarber, he was
He had a
doing
home
he's
run.
doing the best he could, you
But
know.
why bunt?
Yeah, I.
You're in a 1-2 count against Brian Abreu, who in 11 and a third didn't give up a run in the World Series. Or not the World
And
Series.
you have
Was
a
it World
power
Series?
hitter. Like, come on now,
Yeah, like you're the only person who scored in that game.
right? Let him swing.
Right. Rex is 4-1. Yeah, like
You know,
it's just why bunt? I don't
I
think that was a coaching decision. I think Kyle just did that on his own. But like with 2 strikes, you're a power hitter. If
and
you
you
were gonna
already hit a
bunt, you
home
should have
run,
bunted. Like yeah, you already have a home run in the game. In a
especially like
stadium, you hit multiple in.
you don't want to
It's
take
weird.
that chance of it going foul and then you struck out. Like, you don't
And
want
the
that.
Phillies did end up breaking the strikeout record for the World Series.
I mean, it does.
78. They had more than Tampa in 20, which is sad.
They struck out a
Tampa struck
lot,
out 20.
and like I said, their hitters just couldn't hit. I mean, they lit up Verlander the first game. They lit up McCullers in game 3. Nobody else they could touch.
It was just weird. I think it's a combination of poor discipline and good pitching. Because the Astros have good pitching.
I agree.
That bullpen ERA was under 1. I think they broke the record for lowest ERA in a postseason at .83. I could.
Dude,
It's top 3 at least. I know
their
that.
entire just playing the Mariners. I mean, the Mariners gave them a run. They gave them a run, and then they completely destroyed New York,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
kind of had their way with Philly, and now that guy's credibility all goes out the window from the Twitter post.
Yeah.
But man, he's gotten 3 correct that bid in the World Series.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I, I think, like I said, I think it's a combination of poor discipline and good pitching.
Yeah.
Because we've seen Christian
So
Javier throw a no-hitter against the Yankees, combined no-hitter.
yeah.
And that's what happened in Game 4. Like,
So my thing is, right, why is I would have had Bryce hitting third, right? Because he's your statistically best hitter on the team. Just like Jordan hits third. Because
I think Castellanos should have dropped and Bohm should have went up
I agree. But,
with performance.
I mean, look at the Astros. Dusty has Jordan hitting third, and that's for a reason. It's, hey, Altuve or Pena's gonna get on. It's your job to bring them in, and that's Bryce's job. It's not Castellanos. It's not Real Muto's job.
Well, I think
Real
that's also
Muto, Real Muto should have been hitting 5th.
Hoskins had a golden sombrero in Game 5.
Yeah, like Hoskins should have dropped down. Castellanos should have went to the 4 spot. You leave Kyle Schwarber leading off. Whoever's Bohm at 2, Bryce Harper at 3, Castellanos at 4, Real Muto at 5, Bryson at 6, Hoskins at 7, Segura at 8, and whoever else at 9.
Or Marsh.
Yeah, there you go. Brandon Marsh could be your reverse hit leadoff guy. Get on base for Kyle Schwarber. That's perfect. Or you throw Segura there. Because Segura had some, and I'm going to give credit to the Phillies. They hit the ball hard. They hit it hard. But you have multiple gold glove winners at basically every position.
Except for Jordan.
And so Yuli had a fantastic snag with the Phillies, having, I think, first and third to get the game right there. I think in game 6 or something.
He didn't play in Game 6.
Then it was
It
game
was
4.
it was Trey Mancini in Game 5, first and third, and Schwarber ripped him down the line. I can't believe he saved that.
Right.
That saved their series.
Yeah.
Because that's going into the corner. That's not only tying the game, that's taking the lead with 3 outs to go.
Yeah. And so, I don't know. I just feel like the manager, he's interim guy. They might bring him back as the full
No,
time
they
manager,
already signed him
which is
before the
good.
playoffs started.
Um, I've seen a lot of interviews with Girardi, and he's just like, "Hey, man, like I'm just happy that they're playing well."
Well, yeah, because he couldn't do it.
Which is weird because you saw him in New York for years, get it done.
Well, Aaron Boone's doing basically the same thing.
I mean, we talked about it before. I think Cashman and Boone need to get out because you've built such a bad culture in that organization that's been deemed as being one of the best organizations to ever be around, and they've just drove that into the ground. I mean, it hurts that they've never made a World Series. Boone as their head coach, he always loses in the wild card, or he loses in the championship series. It's just how it goes. And
Yeah.
he, as Jar said in the last pod, it's why are we playing around with lineups? It's the postseason. We should have had this shit figured out. And the fact that they kept playing guys doesn't make sense. If you're gonna bench IKF, leave Peraza out there. Just let him get the work. He's not gonna have any better opportunity than in a postseason game.
Right.
And if he shows up, he shows up. IKF isn't gonna show up. So might as well, right? Throw him the fuck out there. Who cares?
Yeah.
You either win or you go home. That's how this shit works. And then I don't know. The Phillies just got out coached, and they got out pitched.
I think they got out pitched. That's all it is.
Zach Wheeler and Nola kind of both disappointing.
I mean, Zach Wheeler was doing fine, to be honest. Nola didn't. Nola did not do well.
No, he got lit up for 5.
But it's also tough, like, in Game 4, it's tough when your team literally doesn't get a hit. I mean, you could pitch a 1 hit, and that's a home run. You still lost because your team didn't get a hit.
Right.
They got on base twice. There was 2 walks. I think 2 or 3.
And, yeah, for you to not get a single hit off people you faced before.
Yeah, and it's, that's just hats off to the Astros bullpen that was well rested and ready to go because they did their job.
Right, and like I said, Jeremy Pena just played out of his mind. He filled that Carlos Correa spot so perfectly. They said, "Hey, Springer, we don't need you. We can still make it. Hey, Correa, we don't need you. We can still win it."
I thought it was funny. They had MLB Network brought Correa in for the World Series, and they interviewed the MVP. It was Jeremy Pena. That was funny.
Oh, you lose some, you lose some.
I don't like Rob Thompson's move to only pitch Alvarado against Alvarez.
Yeah.
I thought that was bad. He saw him 4 times.
Alvarado had one of your lowest ERAs in the postseason.
He was probably their most reliable guy.
Besides Dominguez.
Well, he also spiked 5 in a row, so...
But, let your good ERA guys go. Let them pitch. Because guess what? Their shit, it all depends on how they throw. If his slider's working and his fastball's working, that fastball's going to move up. And people aren't going to hit it. If he gets that slider dialed in, that thing's going to fall off the map. And they're going to be swinging silly at it. That's all on your pitcher. You have to trust your guy, especially with how well he's pitched in this postseason run. Let him go. I get it. Yordan is terrifying. As he put a 450-foot bomb.
I've never seen one hit over the batter's eye in Houston.
Bro, he put one to put them in the lead. That motherfucker is scary. So, yeah.
But that was the 4th time in the series alone he saw Alvarado. Just he's a good hitter. Hitters are gonna hit lefty.
Look what he did against Robbie Ray.
Well, he has a better average against lefties. Just the power numbers aren't there. But with guys on base in a high leverage situation like that, I don't think it mattered.
No, it doesn't. It never does.
He saw him 4 times in a week.
Right.
He's gonna get a hit eventually.
Yeah.
One of them, and it just so happened he sat on a sinker and hit it 450 over the batter's eye.
And that was just absolutely insane.
Oh, once they hit that, I knew it was over. Because the bullpen was going to come in.
Yeah, I was sitting at the concert. I kept checking the scores, and I was like, "Shit, this game's over." And I, like Jordan hit it while I was walking to the stadium, and I fucking looked it up into a bar, and I saw the score, and I was like, "What the fuck? They were winning a second ago." And so I checked the score. I was like, "Yep, it's done." Jordan hit a fucking home run.
Because that was in the 6th inning.
When Jordan goes yard, they don't lose.
Well, it was in the 6th inning. You go, I don't know the actual order off the top of my head outside of Presley in the 9th, but I mean, you put Abreu in the 8th, Presley in the 9th, and someone else that's going to be lights out in the 7th. And you're going to win the game because they're not going to give up a hit.
They probably brought out Luis Garcia.
That
would make sense. You throw all your best pitchers. It's win or go home time.
Neris.
Neris had a very good postseason as well.
I mean, look at this.
How much you think Philly's kicking themselves in the ass for letting fucking Neris go? Because he diced them up.
Well, that's because they have a pitching coach in Houston that knows what he's doing.
That is true.
Look, Framber goes 6 with 2 hits, just the 1 earned run to Schwarber. 2 walks, 9 strikeouts. Like, great line. But then Hector, Abreu, and Presley all, 3 innings, 1 hit. It was in the 9th, and 3 strikeouts.
That's all you can. That's all you need to ask for.
No, and then they all had no walks, just the 1 hit between the 3 of them. Like,
yeah,
how are you gonna score if you can barely get 1 hit in 3 innings, no walks?
Exactly. And
the only good thing is they put the ball in play.
And now, now that the season is over, now a lot of questions are up in the air, right? Because you look at teams. What do the Yankees need to do? They need to go re-sign Judge. Does it happen? I don't know.
I think so. I don't think it goes anywhere else.
It could get done, but you really have to just have better people in the locker room.
If this is gonna sound crazy, if they don't re-sign Judge, they have to give everything they have for Ohtani.
I agree.
That is what their next move would have to be if Judge goes elsewhere.
I agree.
And it includes giving up Jason Dominguez. And it gives up everything. It
gives up Peraza. It probably gives up Oswaldo Cabrera.
I bet at least 1 or 2 of their top pitching guys too.
Of course,
it's going to be more than Juan Soto.
I agree.
For Shohei Ohtani, and it's worth it
because you're getting a 2-way athlete.
Yeah,
but now you have the Mariners. The Mariners are gonna go out, and they're gonna make a giant splash. One of these top shortstops will be on the Mariners come season start. I'm hearing inklings that it's Dansby, but I don't think Dansby leaves Atlanta. I just don't think he does.
The only problem is I don't know they would have to really structure his contract a certain way because I just don't know where they have all this money from.
I don't know, but AA is going to get it done because he can roll out that team, and now you're going to have Ronald Acuna coming back off mostly a full year, getting back into the groove of things. You have Michael Harris, who had a fantastic rookie campaign, and same with Spencer Strider. You're going to basically roll out the same team.
Lockdown, Matt Olson. I mean, that Braves team's going to look good.
Right, and you're getting Ozzy back. Right, but now you're getting Ozzy back. Raisel Iglesias looked good once he got into the Braves. So I think Dansby comes back because AA is going to work that magic, and he's going to get him back. It's this guy. I mean, Dansby popped off this year. He put up a really strong campaign for getting a lot of money.
Well, a lot of people did. DeGrom.
Right. The one person I do think, and shit, they might not actually bring back Dansby because they're going to most likely go for DeGrom.
I don't think DeGrom leaves the Mets. I really don't.
I know he wants to play in Atlanta, though. He wants to go home.
Funny where? I know I had it somewhere. MLB. There was 8 guys this morning that backed out or opted out.
Carlos Correa did.
It was Correa. Well, yeah, Correa said he was going to do that. It was Correa, Bogarts.
Yes, Xander is also out there.
It's just all old stuff. It was Correa, Bogarts, DeGrom. It was like 8 big. Judge was on that list.
Mm-hmm.
Big names on the
So
market.
Trey
Turner's on
Turner
that list.
either goes back to the Dodgers or he goes to Philly. I think Philly's gonna shell out the money for him. They're gonna move Bryson to second, or shit, Trey could go to second. I don't know, but I can see Trey Turner in a Phillies uniform next year, making that team a lot better, especially with all the stars.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Trey is the weird one, because
I would love to see him in the Pacific North fresh, as my brother would say, but I don't think he likes being on the West Coast at all.
well, that's the thing. There's a lot of teams on the East Coast.
Yeah, I don't think
So
I don't think he'd go to the Yankees.
no, I don't think that's a fit for him.
No, I don't think so. I think he ends up in Philadelphia with that squad, and they're going to be dangerous next year.
Yeah,
Correa, I have heard inklings that he could be a Mariner. Do I want Correa? I don't know. But you need somebody with experience, and Correa's, been statistically phenomenal in the postseason. So
that's true.
you could see that. JP over to second, Adam Frazier out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe they bring back Mitch Haniger just to get another veteran presence in there. But outside of that, dude, we're gonna see a lot of weird signings like we did last year. I feel like
I hope so.
because like Chris Bryant going to the Rockies and Trevor Story going to the Red Sox. So that's one thing that Xander is gonna really look at, and I think Xander's gone because they're also doing the same shit they did to him to Rafi, and Rafi has been like, they're basically fucking him over,
Well, yeah, of course they are.
and it's sad to see that Red Sox organization is so shitty. Like
No,
it's oh, what do you mean?
I love watching them fall.
Right, but at the same time, like you had the likes of Mookie Betts, considerably and arguably one of the best players to play the game of baseball. And that motherfucker didn't want to be there. Like, it's a guy that helped.
He knew Dave Dombrowski messed that organization up. Just
Oh,
like
he sure
do to Philly.
did.
This is when you peak. This is the Dombrowski peak, right? It is nothing but downhill from here, because he's gonna start making crazy moves that just deplete your farm system, and then you end up like the Tigers, and yet you suffer for the next 10 years.
Oh, that's tough. But I think we're going to see a lot of good signings in this offseason, too.
I hope it starts quickly.
I think it will. I mean, we did just have Edwin Diaz sign a 5-year, $105 million deal.
On those lines.
And the funny thing is, this Fuzzy actually posted a screenshot of what Clase is making for 5 years and what Diaz is making. And apparently, like, Mets fans came out of their shoes swinging at him, being like, what are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? And it's like, well, let me tell you what. Emmanuel Clase had one of the better seasons in all of the American League in pitching, and he's only getting paid $20 million for 5 years. So, I mean, it sucks for when that contract's up and if he still produces as he does, because Emmanuel Clase is looking at himself a nice payday whenever that comes up.
Yeah, well, the Guardian owners would have to shell out money like that, like Steve Cohen.
Yeah, but they've never been one to give money.
Why Lindor's a Met.
Yeah, but no, this was a great season. The postseason was entertaining as always. and it makes
I
me
just heard that
wish.
the World Series was it was a good roller coaster.
Yeah,
As a non-fan of either team,
right. Like I
it
wanted
had a
Philly
little
to
bit of
win.
everything.
I it was a shock to me that they were even there. Um,
Oh yeah,
but now we look forward to next year, and
Thursday.
you know,
No, we look forward to Thursday. That's when people can start signing again.
so hey,
Officially sign.
since we're here, do we want to maybe announce something?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, fans of the show, we're gonna do like a fix. We're gonna be like bum GMs trying to make moves and make episodes out of it, starting with the last place team going all the way up to Houston. Um, we're gonna talk about the off season, things that they can do to sign. Because I'm not gonna really be worried about drafting, because drafting doesn't really make sense in MLB, and they're never ever gonna go straight to the bigs. So
Well, it's also because the draft is in June too, so that's mid-season.
right.
Or not
So
June, July.
we'll look over some prospects who probably should be on the rosters, people that they should go and fill voids with, and see if we can make your team into a championship winning team, or at least be better next year. So keep out on the lookout for that. It'll be fantastic, I hope. We're also probably going to have a special guest for the whole series in the name of Jar. So keep an eye out for that. It's going to be good. It's going to be really good.
I agree.
So is there anything else we want to talk about today?
No, I think we nailed it.
I think we did too. But hey, again, hats off to the Astros. I think your cheating scandal is done with. You won, at least as we all know, fair and square.
With Philly, it's not because man, did Bregman get called a cheater a lot, and a
Oh,
lot of other things I can't say on here.
That's fair. But, we'll... Again, congratulations to them. They earned it. They just were better. They were better.
They were.
And, But
I won
anyway,
a lot of money.
I'm sure you did. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you are watching over on YouTube, go ahead and leave a like down on the video. And comment question of the day. What did you guys think of the Astros run? Are they going to do it again next year? Yes or no in the comments. If you're watching over on Spotify, go ahead and leave a review. Tell us how we're doing. Also, hit us up on the Twitter. Hit up the show. Hit up our personals. Let's talk sports. Give us any of your suggestions for where some of the free agents should go. So, anyway, I am Kane, and this is Day, and we'll talk to you guys next time.